What's up, legends? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back on Black Ops 6 Zombies. We're here on Shattered Veil, and we're going to be checking out the new TR2 conversion kit, making it full auto available through the COD Toons new event that we got today. And with that event, all you have to do is eliminate 30 enemies while using Frenzied Guard, and you'll get this attachment unlocked. It's kind of awesome that you don't have to complete the entire event for this one, and it's pretty fast and easy. You don't have to, do too much XP grinding. Finally get access to the new attachment. Now, the cool thing is it kind of makes it feel like in an SMG, you do have access to at least one extended mag, which is nice, giving us a 50 rounder here off the rip, and you do lose access to the barrel. But honestly, I'm kind of expecting this to do pretty well. We are at least going to take it to round 41 with the Rampage Inducer. As long as it performs well, I might even go all the way to the health cap, and we'll exfil at 56. We'll just kind of see how things go. Oh, I didn't want to hit that. That was a nuke. We're going to hang out here in the first area until we have enough essence to be able to make it all the way into the mainframe, get Pack-a-Punch and all those good things. That way we can upgrade as quickly as possible and not find ourselves in weird parts of the map. Now, we did also today get access to the starting room mode, so I'm definitely looking forward to jumping into that. It looks like there's rewards for hitting round 40 on each of them. I'm interested to see if they made any modifications at all to the challenge, because I feel like it's going to be pretty hard, based on what I know about a starting room, to hit round 40 for a lot of players. Now, I actually kind of have high hopes for this attachment, mostly because I don't really like this weapon. I've never finished the camos, partially because I didn't want to jump back in with the weapon ever again and utilize it. The burst fire is just entirely too slow, and I feel like even with double tap, it just doesn't feel like something you want to use or spend time using. I should have waited to grab that insta-kill. So, to be fair, this is giving me a reason to actually revisit it, and hopefully it'll give me a reason to actually enjoy using it more in the future. I like using a wide variety of weapons, so I definitely appreciate the better weapon balancing in this game than they have had in a lot of the previous Zombies titles. For the most part, in really old iterations of the game, a lot of the weapons were just straight garbage, and then a handful of weapons were what you were really going for, and then you had to hit the mystery box on most of the maps because they weren't wall buys in order to get those weapons, and then obviously getting ammo was a pain. I'm gonna be honest, classic Zombies was a lot of fun in its time period, but there are just so many systems in Black Ops 6 that I cannot see us going backwards on. Like, I just don't see it. It would be absolutely terrible. Okay, the only thing with this weapon so far that I'm really hoping kind of gets fixed is the reserve, because I feel like we're gonna go through ammo really fast with this one, but it's possible when we Pack-a-Punch that there's some sort of benefit there. I will say, though, a lot of times when it comes to Pack-a-Punching these attachments, weird stuff does happen. So, you never know what to expect. All right, so far, not bad. We may want to go ahead and get some upgrades. Now, 13,000. Can we make it down there? We're going to try. I think we're going to go ahead and try. Get us down there. We'll do everything we can along the way. We'll probably just grab Jug, maybe double tap, get down below, Pack-a-Punch, stay down there till Pack 2. And then kind of make our way back toward the front of the mansion. Okay, we got the elevator open. I wanted to do something a little bit different this time, so I grabbed PhD before we're going down there, which is not what I normally do. I actually wait to get PhD on the way back, but I figured might help us stay down there a little bit longer. We can get through some of the rounds a little faster. How am I getting hit in some of these circumstances? This is actually insane. Okay, we can try to get through some of these zombies. We do need to get Pack-a-Punch soon, though, too, which is kind of a problem. But I think if we can get double tap, we should be all right. Gotta finish a few zombies. A few more. There we go. We should have enough now. Also want to make sure I have enough for ammo. Okay, double tap acquired. Last few zombies. Why? Why did you live? Get that guy out of here. I'm gonna stay. I think I'll stay right here for a minute. Reload. Then I can grab this insta-kill. And we'll throw a decoy and try to just eliminate as much as possible here. Okay, we're gonna go in here. I'll throw this over there. I hate that it bounced off him and still killed him. That's kind of funny, actually, though. Then we could try to get enough points here pretty fast to get Pack. I think we almost did. Pack-a-Punch is already available. Let's go. All right, we're going to utilize the rest of our ammo. Maybe eliminate the last of those guys. I'm going to flip it around. And I can actually get rare rarity as well. This is a weird way to do this. But I guess, to be fair, out of the ordinary, it can be fun. Okay, we got Pack-a-Punch level 1. The pack camo thing just doesn't function right in this game. Oh, it goes back to burst? Oh, hell nah. They did not do this. There's no way. I swear to you, this is cursed. This is actually cursed. There's no way it went back to burst. I can't tell if it's better. It feels better, though, than the TR2 in my memory. Maybe it's the rate of fire is faster? I have no idea. We'll just keep riding with it. We're 100% exfilling on 41, though, because what in the hell is this? I'm not taking a weapon that might not actually be different all the way to 56. I feel like that's a troll. Now I need to go and find out if it's actually a faster fire rate. I hope so. Somebody in the comment section below will let me know if you guys think it ends up being faster, because that's insane. It's kind of funny because I don't know if it ends up doing more or less damage. Yeah, like everything I remember last time I used the TR2 told me I do not like the weapon. So I'm a little surprised that even though it is a troll in my opinion, that this went from full auto back to burst. Even though it is a full auto burst, I guess that could still be considered full auto. I'm not sure. But I think that is kind of weird. It could end up being better. It really is hard for me to say. I feel like it feels pretty good right now. We'll give it a fair chance. I mean, in most circumstances, it's like, why would I use this at this point? Like, this seems like a dead run when an attachment ends up going like this, but I'll still give it a run. I'll still give it a chance. We'll still take it the distance, right? Like, I feel like that's fair. I actually wonder if this ended up being intentional, because I feel like it was probably an oversight, because I think that tends to happen with these attachments more than anything else. Is my decoy going to disappear? You guys haven't had that bug lately where the decoy just disappears into nowhere land? Well, you're truly missing out on an experience of a lifetime, because it always happens when you least expect it. Okay, we hit the nuke. It's probably going to flip around on us. I'm going to definitely get pack 2 here. Let's go ahead and hit this for a little bit extra salvage. Okay, we got our disciple as well. I'm going to try to get the disciple out of here pretty quick. All right, disciple, time to go. Time for you to leave us. And there we go. Not bad. Okay, we had to get the double points from outside the arena here, over there by the log, in order to try to maximize our points, get us juiced up faster. I think I might actually have enough to go get quick revive, speed cola, and a 2-plater. To be completely fair too, it's possible we get this thing all the way maxed out and it ends up doing some crazy damage. If you guys watched my somewhat recent video, I actually used the XM4 with the burst fire after having not used it for a really long time with the double tap, and it was pretty crazy. So there's always a chance that this thing does some pretty big damage and ends up being, you know, better than expected, despite being a little lackluster in the fact that we're losing the one feature that the attachment is designed to be doing. Kind of a weird scenario to find ourselves in. So if you guys could bring back any weapon that's not currently in the game, obviously, from an older Black Ops game, which one would you guys bring back for like a future season? Obviously, Season 5's around the corner. Likely we're going to see a few new weapons. Maybe 1 or 2 of them will be something that's revisiting us from the past, which I think could be cool, but I'm definitely interested to hear what weapons you guys would like to see. I feel like some people, especially in zombies, would like to see the M14, right? Like, that would just be cool to have alongside the Olympia. All right, this should be a last toxic zombie, and we're epic pack 2. I feel like we're doing okay so far. We need to get another disciple round so I can focus on a disciple, see how fast we get it eliminated to give us a better idea of where we're at. But I mean, we're alive, we're making it through. Do I feel like it feels better than I remember the TR2 without this attachment? Yes, but I'm still massively disappointed that this thing is a full auto burst fire and not just a full auto, even though that was what the whole advertisement of the attachment is. Okay, that last round went pretty fast because we ended up hitting a nuke. Here's our time to shine. Throw our decoy over there. All right, how quickly can we destroy you? Okay. Not bad, not bad. I even had a few shots that missed. I'll say that was decent speed. We do need to go and get perks as soon as 25 comes around. I mean, we're looking pretty decent on essence. Haven't had to buy ammo nearly as often as I expected, but maybe the burst fire has something to do with that. But I feel like regularly this thing would be firing crazy fast. I feel like it 100%, no matter what, this would have been better if it was shooting full auto. Okay, we got to buy ammo. Ooh, I heard a power up. What is it? Could be an insta-kill. All right, we're getting through the doppel pretty quickly. Just hip fire these guys, hip fire these guys. Stay away. I don't know what our power up is, but I would like to try to get it. Hopefully it benefits us. I mean, we're doing decent damage. I felt like with the XM4, and maybe it was like a visual thing, it was kind of hard to tell, every bullet from the burst was doing like 7,240 or something like that. Whereas with this, I feel like it doesn't stack quite as crazy. I mean, we still have a few upgrades to go, don't get me wrong. But I feel like it's like the whole burst is doing one value, but maybe I could be wrong. We might be able to finish off the rest of these zombies and flip the round to use the insta-kill in the next one, which is kind of nice. Actually, it's not that nice because it ends up being a toxic zombie round. Okay, that was a quick round. We were able to do it faster than the insta-kill. Okay, luckily the insta-kill got us through that toxic zombie round pretty fast, so we should be able to set ourselves up for success. We only have to make it through this round, and then we can go ahead and grab the rest of the perks that we desire, work toward Pack-a-Punch level 3, and maxing out this weapon to see what its true potential is. I mean, I still can't believe it's not full auto. It's not truly full auto. See, this is what I would define as a broken weapon. Not functioning as intended. Like, unless it is. Again, not sure. But this is what I would determine as a broken weapon. For those of you that have probably ever wondered, heard me say, oh, people say everything's broken when it's not. Well, this is what I would define as broken. Right here. The TR2 full auto attachment is absolutely broken. Okay, we're perked up. And we got the 3-plater, so now we just need to focus on getting legendary as soon as we can, and obviously Pack-a-Punch level 3. Well, I feel like the damage is actually not bad. I need to pop this. Why I want to pop? Dude, that was crazy. Okay, we at least got the shroud off there. I was a little worried that wasn't going to happen. I don't know why it wasn't activating. Something I guess I didn't really notice till now. Look how fast the ADS is on this thing. Like, what in the hell? You could spam headshots for sure. I mean, it's probably going to be a little crazy to look at, but that is ridiculous. We'll be using that on the specials or elites a bit, but I'm going to try to avoid doing that too much for the video because you guys are probably not going to want to stare at that. Yeah, I feel like the play here is definitely going to 41 this run, just in case it's not intentional for it to be this way, and then they end up fixing it, because then when they fix it, I can go and do a 56 round, and we'll be a little bit more excited about it, because unless they confirm for sure that this is exactly what they intended, I just honestly don't think that that's the case. And I 100% think it's going to be even better once it just functions full auto. Okay, let's see what we can do with this double points. There's so many zombies. I really hate where this box is placed here. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about it before. All right, come on. Get through them quickly. Yeah, I can't tell. I mean, I feel like this thing does crazy damage. But it's kind of inconsistent, to be fair. So it's kind of hard for me to tell. Like, there's some 4,000s in there. I mean, it's definitely still working, but it is legendary pack too, and we're not even at 30 yet, so I hope it would be still working. All right, toxic zombies are done and out of the way. Go to pick up some of this salvage. I'm going to buy some plates with this salvage, because what in the hell? I don't know if the plate drops have been low this round, but I definitely need them. I need plates. Buying 3 at least gets me 3 more off the ground. There we go. Okay, so 35,000. We can consider pack 3. Maybe after this round, we'll go get it, because we be in a good spot financially. That's usually the big hurdle. I feel like we do go through quite a bit of ammo with this thing. I do want to see what this thing is max juice. We should be getting another disciple round, maybe next round 2. That'll line up nicely. We'll say about this weapon, though, is it seems like some stuff that should be headshots aren't headshots. I don't know why it's feeling that way, but I'm aiming in the same spot, so either the zombies are different heights, or there's a lot of times where it's hitting non-crits for some reason. That's fine. Maybe it's hitting them in the hand, to be fair. There are a lot of them. Okay, get through those guys. Oh, I should start running downstairs. Yep, we have 2 decoys. We have 2 shrouds. Should be able to make it down to the bottom without too many issues. I mean, we're definitely not struggling like crazy or anything, but okay, we got the disciple round. That's pretty decent damage. Was that 17k up there multiple times? I'll take it. I mean, I am having fun. Don't get me wrong. Do I feel like the weapon's performing well? I do, but I just can't get over the fact that I feel like they're gonna make a change to this, because otherwise, what's the point, right? Like, why is it a full auto attachment shooting burst? So I kind of don't want to rely on it staying this way. If it does end up staying this way, I guess we could always revisit it again and then take it the distance. Maybe this is one of those weapons I try to take beyond 56. I definitely have considered possible runs where I go as far as I can, even beyond the 56 rounds, but I feel like it's kind of a hard way to balance like the length of the videos. Like, if you have a 70 round run and it was 2 or 3 hours, like let's just say 2.5, 3 hours long, very hard to not cut out a lot of what could be cool moments and good parts of the run, because people do want to see the progress too. Like, I could start in the 70s, Like, here's round 70, this is where I'm at, and see what people feel like about that. But I feel like in a lot of cases, it's just really hard to make them short enough. Insta-kill, we love insta-kill. Throw a decoy, wait for everybody to get close. We'll definitely hit that guy, just make sure he doesn't survive. And the rest of these guys are out of here. Get out of here. We don't want you. We're ready to flip this round. I will say, this thing has performed insanely good. Like, the regular TR2 is not even really a viable weapon in my experience. So, the fact that this is even doing what it's doing, despite me not believing it was their intended direction, is kind of impressive. I do want to say, I think it's going to be easy for people to want to write this off just because it was supposed to be full auto and it is burst. But I also feel like if that is the intentional, like, feature for it to go back to burst, then you are still going to want to use this weapon. Like, you're not going to not want to use it because it's burst fire. I guess my whole thing is like, if that's not intentional, it's going to change. And if it changes, maybe it'll be even more improved. But in its current state, don't get me wrong, this thing is absolutely blasting. Like, I'm having at least as much fun as I did with the XM4. I honestly think this would probably be a more viable option than the XM4 because it's not an assault rifle. And it ends up feeling more like an SMG. I mean, you guys will have to try it out yourselves and let me know down in the comment section below if you kind of agree with that, but I feel like that's 100% the case in its current state. All right, we got this Doppel over here. This guy's going to die super fast. Everybody else is grouped up. Thank you, Brain Rot. I actually should have put Brain Rot on my gun because it's the camo I need to finish. I straight up almost never used this weapon. I think I used this weapon twice. Once the first time when it was released, and then again somewhat recently, but I don't remember why. I honestly think it was probably just to try out double tap, if we're being honest. And I still don't think I liked it. I was like, you know what? Nope, this weapon's just not it. The rate of fire with burst fires really does have to be fast. Like, this is working because it's pretty close to almost instant, but in a lot of cases with burst fire weapons, even with rapid fire, it's just too slow. Even with double tap, it's just too slow. Because that time in between is the time that you know, you would need those bullets is what I'm getting at. Like, it's just not quite strong enough. Now, if you guys have watched enough of my runs, you probably heard me talking about the rate in which we complete the 41 rounds being a part of us deciding on whether or not the weapon was good or not. To be honest, I will still say this weapon feels great, but I just actually checked in on the time. It looks like we've been in for almost 42 minutes. So we're like 7 rounds away still from our exfil time, and we are kind of way behind schedule, as opposed to something like the AMAX, which we'd have completed in like 45, 46 minutes. So we'd be done 4 minutes from now with something like that, which I would say is a top-tier weapon. Okay, we got the decoy going. Come on. Here we go. Focus on this guy. I mean, we're able to kill him pretty quick. I mean, can't complain about that. Can we get... What in the heck was that? I got hit like 20 times almost trying to squeeze through a little space. It was like boom, 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 boom. The other thing I noticed too about burst fire weapons, and maybe it's not quite that way, but it just feels that way, I feel like the body shots do significantly less damage. Like, when you're using a full auto weapon, I just feel like even the body shots do significantly more, which makes it feel less bad. Like, this feels 100% reliant on crit shots for being successful. Obviously, your goal in zombies should be to shoot as many zombies in the head as possible, but I know that's not how it works for everyone, and if you're on mouse and keyboard, it ends up being a little bit tougher than it does on controller, because you can't use the dead shot cheese in order to spam heads, but I do feel like that is 100% the case. Okay, might as well grab the insta-kill. They instantly all get hit with an explosion from Deadwire. A lightning strike. Ooh, we got a nuke on round 36. Let's go. We love that. I will say, it feels like it's kind of struggling to get through armor a little bit. I don't know if that's like an all weapons thing or some weapons thing, but I feel like definitely in my experience, some of the weapons feel like they struggle more through armor than others, even if they do a lot of damage in general, right? Like, you just be like, oh, this weapon's great. You get to the armored zombies being consecutive back to back, and all things change. Okay, this should be the last of our zombies. I mean, we did nuke the round, so usually it deals with the majority of them. Get that guy out of there, and then we're trying to kill you. There we go. I feel like, too, the zombies' movement isn't really good for burst fire weapons either. Slight movement makes some of your burst miss. It's not going to feel very effective. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this, but I get so many non-crits when I feel like I'm shooting them in the head. It's kind of crazy. Definitely not an issue I find with most weapons, but technically it could just be a burst fire weapon issue. But you'll be aiming right at the head, and it seems like you're just getting nothing but white numbers. And it honestly just could be, like I said earlier, just the slight movement, their hands are getting in the way, that whatever the reasoning is, it seems very inconsistent. Obviously with the Doppel, we can just obliterate it as long as we can hit all headshots. Stay out of the way. Definitely against the armored guys too, I feel like we're struggling. It's definitely a little slow at this point in the match. I mean, I figured it was possible too, with the way that the burst is, that it would just fall off a little bit. And not that we're not making it through, but I definitely feel like it could be better. All right, let's go ahead and throw a decoy. I will say I haven't gone through nearly as much ammo as I was thinking we would. We've been able to maintain points really easily. We haven't had to come over here and put ourselves in the blender to get any ammunition time after time. So that hasn't been too bad. Technically, it's been a decent experience using this weapon so far. But it has been on the slower end as far as getting through the rounds. All right, let's do some more decoy action. Get this Doppel out of here. All right, well, you got out of here pretty quick. See, if we spam, like it still doesn't... Still gives you a lot of white numbers from time to time in there. Look at that. Kind of crazy, to be honest. I mean, it's probably just not actually snapping onto their heads fast enough because the ADS is so ridiculously quick. Let's throw us another decoy. Get out of my way. Look at these parasites out of here, man. They just want to transform. That's all they're here for. It's causing problems. I hate when my zombies are the closest, though, sometimes, and the ammo mod doesn't go off. It's like, bro, when are you giving me an activation? I'm purposely through the dead wire, hoping the dead wire would go off, and it's been 2 full magazines, nothing. It's radio silence. All right, we'll go ahead and get the insta-kill. Maybe now it'll go off? Nope. Still doesn't want to go off. This is the craziest... excuse me? I was like, dude, are they going to die? There's no ammo mod activations. 0. Well, our final round ends up being a toxic zombie round. Now, I'm kind of not sure what to feel about this weapon, right? Like, I feel like, in general, it's pretty solid. For the TR2, for being a first fire, for all of those things being considered, I feel like we've gone through this journey pretty smoothly. But what are we, like 54 minutes? It's definitely on the slower end as far as getting through rounds. So I wouldn't say it's a top 10 for that specific reason. Some people might not consider like time spent through and a round as part of their elements for deciding what's good or bad for a weapon, but I definitely do, because if it's taking that long to get through the run, that means there's definitely something to it, even if the damage is high. There's got to be some negative that's slowing us down. Because I do the exact same strategy for all the weapons. Some runs are like, you know, obviously within a couple of minutes of each other, but I don't really see any reason why this one would have been like approximately 10 minutes more than some of our best weapons. So we'll go ahead and grab this. I didn't get a mutant injection, but we can always grab one when we come back. But we need to go hit the exfil. We've survived 41 rounds. Now I'm really curious to see if it ends up getting fixed in the future, because, again, this is my version of broken, or at least the real definition of broken, not functioning as intended. I think that's exactly what's happening here with this TR2 full auto attachment. Did I have fun along the way? Absolutely. Did it slay? For the most part, I think so. Would it struggle later in the rounds? I think 100% if we'd have gone to 56, we'd have been struggling a little bit more here in the next like 5 or so rounds. But, you know, it doesn't really, in my opinion, mean much to go to 56 currently if we don't know if this is the intended way that the attachment was supposed to be released in. Like, I just feel like it was an oversight. And if you guys agree with that, please let me know down in the comment section below. Let's try to get this Elder Disciple out of here. Like, that did not go quickly. That's perfect. We finally got an ammo mod activation that was good. All right, we have 21 dudes left. I feel like we're, like, look how strong we are to the guys that don't have armor. But then the guy who has armor, it's a GG. Got to shoot that guy with, like, you know, a third of the mag. Okay, how many more guys we got? 15 to go. This is why I didn't want to do this the entire time. The spamming. I'm sure that looks absolutely ridiculous on your guys' side, but it's worth it for this part because I want to make sure I get these guys out quickly. We only have 30 seconds. This is one of the worst exfils in the game, in my opinion, for like the flow of the zombies. Like, where are my guys? Where are my guys? Come on, game. That's the last one. Uh-oh. I hear it. There it is. We got it. Let's freaking go. Well, here is 41 rounds done with the Rampage Inducer. with the new TR2 full auto conversion kit, aka back to burst fire after Pack-a-Punch. But that's going to wrap things up for us here. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed the journey. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all support in the channel. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace!